Okay, so on this one, we are solving a square root equation. So when we solve a square root equation, the first step, step number one, is to get x alone. Or no, sorry, not x, get the root alone. So I'm going to get the root alone. So how do I get the root alone? Well, for starters, I've got to subtract the 5 from both sides here. Cancels that out. 7 square root minus 1, and that's 28. So I got to get the root alone. Next step, one more step to get the root alone. Divide both sides by the 7. Square root minus 1 is 4. So I got the square root alone. There's that step. And then step number 2 is to second power both sides. So now I'm going to second, that's how we get rid of a root, right? So first we get the root alone, and then we second power both sides. That's what gets rid of the root. Is that making sense? This is how you always handle it when you've got a big square root in an equation. Is you isolate the thing, you get the root alone, get rid of everything else outside of the root. Right, I got rid of the 5, got rid of the 7. And then, right, in this 7 I had to divide because it was right next to the root, it was times. The opposite of times is divide. Whereas the 5 I just subtracted because it was added, right? So do what it takes to get the root alone, and then second power both sides. Because that'll cancel the root. What do I mean that'll cancel the root? I think you know, but I'll write it. So that's going to make it going to be x minus 1 on the other side, 4, huh? And so what does that do? Well, you know the deal. 2 x minus 1's inner root produce 1 x minus 1 out of the root. The other side, 4 times 4 is 16. Right? Remember, roots are a 2-for-1 deal, aren't they? That's why we do the 2 power, because then we make 2 of them and they can ship 1 out. That's what square roots always are, is a 2-for-1 deal. So 2x minus 1's inner root leads to 1x minus 1 out of the root. And so now it's easy. Once the root is out of there, it's a much easier problem. Just add 1 to both sides, boom, boom. And x is 17. So there's our answer.